What up, guys? Yeah, another beer review coming at you. This one, not exactly a holiday beer, but it is kind of a seasonal kind of thing that they got out from Sam Adams. It is the Sam Adams Cream Stout, which they dubbed sweet and roasty. So, there's like a bullhead in the front. So, I don't know. Check it out. I don't think I've had a stout from Sam Adams before, so we'll see how they do it. This thing a pouring. Just reviewed a winter shandy, so we're going to the exact opposite of the spectrum here. And it is, for those of you wondering, it is 4.9% ABV and 28 IBUs. So, but go. It is very kind of flat Coke looking. But I don't rate the beers on the looks. It's all about how you smell and taste. Numerous jokes I was going to say there, but I will not. Let's get into the review and get into the smell before I get myself into trouble. It has a coffee roast. Like you just smelled some roasted coffee beans. Unflavored roasted coffee beans. So yeah, it is a nice coffee kind of roast aroma. It's not very sweet. I'm definitely just picking up that like black coffee roast. You know when you put your nose up to the hole in the bag. That's kind of what I'm getting. A subtle hint of maltiness. A little bit. I think this might be a hint of bitter, and it's probably going to be because of that malty aspect to it. There's a little bit there. It's not overpowering, but there's enough to, kind of let you know it's there. Maybe a subtle dark chocolate. Very, very subtle. Not a lot. But it very much is kind of just, it's a stout. Not too creamy, not too sweet. It's just, it smells like a classic, easily enjoyable stout. That's what I'm thinking it's smelling like. So I'm going to recommend it on the aroma. On the smell, I think so far so good with this first ever Sam Adams stout that I'm trying. At least I think the first ever that I've tried. Sometimes I just forget. But anyways, let's get into the taste. You get that roasted maltiness tip of your tongue. Not super overpowering, but it's there. It's kind of the first thing I noticed. You get that in the front of your mouth, and that taste. Followed by that, you get like a strong, just coffee beans taste, and it lingers. Like I have that breath of I just drank straight black coffee. That's the aroma I'm getting kind of coming out of my mouth. So I'm not going to breathe on anybody right now. But so yeah, definite coffee breath. It doesn't have that, when it's super malty, you get kind of like the rough around sides of your tongue. It doesn't have that, so it's not overpoweringly malty, but there's enough to get the job done. There's a bit, almost like maybe not dark chocolate, maybe like more like a bittersweet chocolate. Or, what is bittersweet, like 70% dark chocolate, 30%? Or, yeah, 70% dark chocolate. I don't remember what the actual percentage is for that. But there is a hint of sweetness in the chocolate, but mostly it's kind of that bitter chocolate. Again, not super prominent, but it's there. I think it goes pretty well with the maltiness. Not a ton of coffee taste. That's more on the aroma and on your breath. Maybe I guess if you made coffee, didn't drink it all, and then just drank the cold coffee the next day, maybe it has a bit of that cold coffee. It's not cold brewed. It's just next day still in the pot black coffee. So maybe it has a hint of that kind of taste to it, where it's not super prominent, but it's kind of mingling in along with the in the midst of the maltiness and the dark chocolate semi-sweet thing. Kind of like if you ever watched Always Sunny, kind of like Frank dancing among all the hip kids, kind of weaving his way in with his toupee. That's what the coffee's doing. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not as. I'm definitely a fan of the nitrogen stouts. That's my favorite. If I'm going to drink a stout, I would almost always rather have it be nitrified, because I think it lends itself beautifully to the style of beer. It just makes it a nice creaminess to it. So I am more in line with that. But this isn't bad. I'm actually I'm digging this actually. It's nice. It's not super crazy. The maltiness isn't out of this world, so it's kind of like my tongue's getting cut with it. It's just a pretty nice all-around stout. So I'm gonna recommend it on taste. I'm not too bad. Next category is about price. I mean, it's Sam Adams. Pretty. Unless you're buying like the standalone bottle, the big bottles, or that $200 thing, you know what a Sam Adams costs. It's all the same price. So I'll recommend it. Recommend it for value price. It is the independently owned American brewery. It's not owned by a Japanese company or a Belgian company. So buy American. So yeah, I'm gonna recommend it on value price. It's definitely more than fair. Next category is distinction, and I mean, there's really nothing that's like super crazy about it. There's nothing that makes it just stand out above every other stout. There's not that one flavor where you're just like, oh yeah, okay, and that's really good. Like probably my favorite stout that I've had ever, that I always go back to, is a Young's Double Chocolate Stout out of the can, because that one has the nitrogen. I can't beat that. And that one has like that prominent like dark chocolate coffee. It tastes like a chocolate coffee. And like most of the best stouts I've had, there's just that one little flavor element that just kind of kicks it up a notch, that separates it from the rest of the pack. And you don't want to get super crazy with the stouts, because otherwise it can turn into just like a horror show real fast. So distinction, this one, it doesn't really stand out from a lot of the other relatively quality stouts out there. But maybe you're not really looking for that. Maybe you just want an easy-to-drink stout. You don't necessarily want the nitrogen. You just something that's affordable, that you know is going to be pretty good. That's what this is. It doesn't really stand out, but it's done well. So I'm going to give it a half because it is done well. It's my tongue's enjoying it. Although whoever I breathe on later is not, so I'm going to have to brush my teeth. Keep that in mind. If you're buying this and hanging out with people, keep some breath mints on hand, because that coffee breath is going to be like, woo! It's better than onion breath. But, so yeah, I'm going to give it a half. Drinkability, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to drink. I mean, it is probably on the. I mean, it's 4.9%, so it's kind of on the lower end. I mean, stouts don't get too crazy, but it is a bit on the lower end of the ABV spectrum. But still, it's easy enough to drink. And you can drink a couple. But I was just thinking, if this thing had some vanilla in it, take it to another level. But maybe drop a little vanilla bean in there. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. But yeah, so I'm going to recommend it on drinkability. It's easy to drink, smooth. Last category is why did I buy it again? And honestly, yeah, I don't think I'd have any problem with picking this up again. Some of the Sam Adams, I feel like, are, they play it safe. It's an easy beer to, get for the crowd, and no one's going to really complain. No one's going to be like, ugh, Sam Adams, You probably, well, maybe, who knows. You got some of those uber beer snobs. It's like, dude, chill out. They might do that, but they do that with anything you got them. So I wouldn't have a problem buying this again. It's an enjoyable stout. It doesn't set my world on fire or anything. It's not, it's not redefining what a stout is. Cream stout is what it's called. I mean, it is a bit smoother. It has that roasty element to it, with the maltiness, but it's not. I think the cream helps round out those malty edges. So it's an enjoyable, easy to drink stout that you can do a 6-pack and just kind of enjoy it while you're watching TV or hanging out. So yeah, I'd buy it again. So I'll recommend on that. But yeah, that is my review of Sam Adams Cream Stout, sweet and roasty. Have you had this before? What do you think? Are you a fan of it? What is your favorite stout? Do you prefer it with nitrogen or without nitrogen? Those just kind of depend on your mood or what you're eating or whatever. But let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe to all that good stuff. I'm going to keep trying to crank some of these seasonal winter beers out. But yeah, so for myself and for Sam Adams Cream Stout, take it easy.